We just confirmed 2 EF3 tornadoes and another massive storm system is already forming. If you live anywhere from Texas to Wisconsin, you need to stop what you're doing right now and pay close attention to what's coming this week, because the atmosphere is about to go absolutely haywire. We just came off one of the most intense single days of severe weather this spring. Friday, April 17th. 54 tornado reports across the Midwest and Southern Plains. Nearly 750 combined reports of wind damage, hail, and tornadoes. And to top it all off, 2 EF3 tornadoes were confirmed in Wisconsin, one near the town of Cream and another in Marathon County close to Wausau. As of right now, at least 28 tornadoes have been officially surveyed, and that number is still climbing as storm teams continue their ground assessments. It was an absolutely brutal day for a lot of communities. But here's the thing that worries me even more. Friday might just be the warm-up act.
Right now, the next couple of days are actually going to be pretty calm. High pressure is building across the plains in the East Coast, temperatures are stabilizing, and severe weather is basically off the table through Tuesday. Enjoy that quiet window while you can, because what's coming behind it is a completely different story. Wednesday is when things start to get interesting again. A powerful low-pressure system is going to be charging in from the Pacific Ocean and barreling its way over the Rocky Mountains. Now, Wednesday itself isn't my biggest concern, but if you're in the northern plains, places like North and South Dakota, there's a chance we see some isolated supercells fire up. We're mainly watching for large hail, but if any of those storms become surface-based and tap into the right wind shear, I can't completely rule out a tornado or two. And separate from the storm threat, the wind alone across Texas and Kansas on Wednesday could push fire danger into a concerning range, especially in areas that have been running dry lately. But Thursday is the day I'm losing sleep over. This low-pressure system is going to be deepening rapidly by Thursday, and the mid- and low-level winds across the central part of the country are going to be cranking. We're talking about a setup that covers an enormous geographic footprint from Minnesota all the way down into Texas and back east through Illinois and Wisconsin. The Storm Prediction Center is already highlighting this area, and I think their current outlook might actually end up being too conservative once this system gets closer. The main ingredients for a significant severe weather day are all coming together. Strong wind shear, increasing atmospheric instability as warmer and more humid air pushes back in, and a well-defined low-pressure system to act as the trigger. The storms that initially fire up across the Central Plains on Thursday afternoon look like they could be semi-discrete supercells, meaning organized, long-track storms capable of producing very large hail, damaging winds, and strong tornadoes. If you live in the Oklahoma City metro Kansas City or up through Des Moines, this needs to be on your radar right now. And if you're in Wisconsin, Minnesota, or Illinois and you're thinking, well, I'm probably far enough north to be okay, I fully expect the risk area to continue expanding northward and eastward over the next few days as confidence in the system grows. Do not let your guard down if you're in that region. One of the big question marks here is exactly where the low pressure center tracks, because that's going to determine where the most intense storms set up. A slightly more eastern track puts the biggest threat closer to the Mississippi River Valley. A slightly more western track keeps the worst of it in the Central Plains. We'll have a much better read on this by Wednesday, so stay connected and keep checking back. By Thursday evening, severe weather is going to spread even further and become more widespread. Expect storms to push through western Wisconsin, eastern Iowa, Missouri, and deep into Oklahoma as the evening hours roll in. And even overnight into early Friday morning, we're still going to be watching a damaging wind threat continuing along the Mississippi River Valley. Friday brings another round. The deep south and southern plains are going to start waking up. We're looking at parts of Arkansas, Tennessee, Louisiana, Mississippi, and back into Texas where storms could redevelop. The exact tornado risk on Friday is going to depend heavily on storm mode, whether these storms stay as discrete supercells or get organized into a linear squall line. But damaging winds and hail are looking likely regardless. And then heading into the weekend, this is where I want everyone in the southeast to really pay close attention. A new low-pressure system could develop across the southern plains Saturday, and that could kick off another round of severe storms across Dixie Alley. Sure side that's a sure shan wanted chat. And by Sunday into early next week, severe weather could be making a push toward the East Coast and the Southeast as well. Here's the bigger picture. This is a stretch of potentially 7 to 10 days of active and, at times, dangerous weather across a large portion of the United States. And what makes it even more notable is that the Southeast has actually been unusually quiet this spring compared to recent years. That quiet streak may be coming to a hard stop over the next week. If you have family or friends anywhere from the Central Plains down through the South or over in the Midwest, please reach out and make sure they're aware of what's coming. Severe weather preparedness saves lives, and knowing even a few hours in advance can make all the difference. Now, before I go, I genuinely want to know where you're watching this from. Drop your location down in the comments below and let me know how things are looking in your area. After a week like we just had, and with everything coming up, I really want to make sure that everyone in our community is staying safe. So seriously, where are you watching from? Are you in one of these target zones this week? Let me know, because your safety matters and I read every single comment. Stay alert, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next one.